Right, you join me today out of breath because I just pushed the Spitfire out of the garage. It's been languishing there for over 12 months because it won't start. I think I found the issue, so I'll show you what I think it is and then we'll see if we can get it stopped. So what we think it is, battery's flat now, so I bought the jumper so we can at least turn it over. As you can see, that shiny bit of pipe there, because I think it's the fuel pump. The fuel pump seems to be doing nothing. Mechanical fuel pump on these, I don't think it's doing anything at all. I did take it off yesterday, clean the filter and stuff out of it, but nothing's happening. So I've ordered a new one. We're going to fit a new one. We're going to see if it'll start with a new one fitted. Now, as usual, I've not got the right tools for anything. Just whatever I've got out of my camper van and out of the van over there. But I have got a fuel pump. Let's hope it's the right one. Off eBay, 28 quid. Let's see if it works. Look at my bonnet there. When we was messing about with it yesterday, when I pulled it out, just to see if I could locate the problem, the bonnet fell down. You can see that top one, missing piece of paint. So the bonnet fell down. Because the bonnet's a GLP bonnet, like fiberglass, the boost pack was there, and the bonnet landed on the boost pack and broke the paint. So now I've got it needed painting anyway, in all honesty. You know, I did a quick spray paint job on my drive, which has done it for the few years that I've had, but it really needs spraying again properly, so I'm going to rub it all down and do it again anyway. And then you've got that bump there. It slammed down so hard that it hit the cap on the radiator and chipped the paint there as well. So what I did to find the problem was, I took the hose off this end and there was petrol in this end. In fact, look, you can see it dribbling out when I've moved the hose. So there's petrol all the way up to there, but there was no petrol coming out of this end. So that end had got no petrol coming out of it at all, so we'd got no start. So that's what I narrowed it down to. So we're going to get that off and see if we can get it to start. I did check all the connections and stuff like that, and I did suck petrol all the way through to the carbs, but we still couldn't get anything going with it. So we're going to get this off. I've got two 30mm spanners. I've got no socket set. It's a 13mm that side and a 13mm the other side. We'll get that off. We've got new gaskets and we'll see if it'll fit. Let's go and see what spanners we've got. So we've got an adjustable in there, but I think we've got a 13mm in the back, which is what they are. So I use a 13mm socket now. I left it in the back of the other car. Yeah, 13mm. So we'll see if we can get that in there to get it off and get the new one on. Incidentally, when I put it away last time, I did hit a curb when I was parking and pulled the exhaust off. So I've also got rid of that. You can see where it was painted. It's cracking and stuff. Close up, it's not great at all. But far away, it ain't too bad. So it's pissing petrol out now. We don't want to lose all that, so I'm going to have to block that off. So I've just rested the hose up there, stop it pissing out. And then we've got two 13mm, one this side, and these have been off, so yep. And they're luckily loose. I seem to say this every time I do a video, but sorry it's been so long since the last video. I've been so busy. Been on holiday. For the first time in a long time we've been abroad. Doesn't happen very often, but we have been. So let's get this off anyway. Two 13mm nuts. 1, 2. Put them there. Probably never to be seen again. And then this one is a bit more difficult to get to. Stay in the back of there. If you can see that or not. Camera keeps unfocusing. It's in the back of there anyway. Christ. Tighten that one up a bit. Oh, there we go. Once you get them off that first turn, you can do them with your fingers because there ain't that much stud there. Like I say, this is a mechanical pump. So it's got a little like finger that goes up and down like a lift pump. Similar to what's on the it's a lift pump on the Land Rovers, which I think just gets the fuel out of the tank and then into the injectors because they are injection, whereas this is carbs. So you can see the line, that line goes right over there into the two bowls over there and over there, and you've got the pipe in between them. That's the accelerator there on a wire. So this should just pull off now. He says, I need to honest. Hang on, I've unscrewed the wrong bolt, you silly arsehole. I've unscrewed this bolt out of here. And it's nothing to do with that bolt. Oh, Christ. I've got to put that one back in. It's the one next to it. Because when I start prying at the fuel pump, just look at it, that was a 13mm, so I just stuck it on there and away it come. And that's why it was so tight, obviously. Which I thought was very weird, because I've already had the... Oh Christ. I've already had the fuel pump off. Where's that gone? Oh my lord. Let's move the car backwards. Now I can get it. Oh. So about the camera working on my own. Right, so it's down there. There it is. That's more like it. Yeah, that thing I took out got a copper washer on it. And these have got spring washers, which is why I can't undo it with my fingers. Now you can't see a lot, apologies for that. There we go. So I hope it is this fuel pump, but it's definitely getting no fuel to the carbs. And looking at all the books, well, not books, who looks at books now? Looking at all the stuff online, it is just this pump, there's no electric pump. There you go. Like you see, it has got fuel in it, but that could be because I was sucking it through, trying to get it to the carbs, and I did get it all the way through, so I probably sucked it through the pump. Now let's have a look at that one next to the new one. Very similar, except this one looks like it might be sort of serviceable because you've got screws on the top, and it comes with a couple of gaskets as well. Don't know why it's got two, but it has. So it shall have two. So two gaskets and the pump. We'll put them there. I'll unbag this and we'll fit it on. So you can see the hole it goes into there. I'm going to see if I can scrape some of that stuff from around it. Make it a bit cleaner for these gaskets. All I've got on me is a flathead. It looks like that is a paper gasket there, look. Got some crap inside there if you don't mind. Oh, hold your horses, it is a paper gasket. That should be nice and clean behind there then. Which it pretty much is. That's good news. Get all that paper off there. And just put the gaskets on. Now it's come with two gaskets. Is it in case you rip one, or does it need two gaskets? Why would it need two gaskets? No idea. Looks like the right gasket though. Yeah, let's put one for the crack. Hang on. And they're slightly different. And the same. Two gaskets it is. Let's open it up and put it on. So it hasn't come with any nuts, so we'll have to use the originals. And you just push it in like that. Pipe stuck behind it. should hopefully give it on. I might need 2 hands for this. There we go. You got to make sure it's sort of pushed up. Yeah, it's really springy, this one, as compared to the old one. The old one got no spring in it whatsoever, so I think that's what the issue was. It could have been failing for a while because it had been running great, but I'll put these 2 nuts on. You don't need to see that, and then we'll see if it'll run once we put all the hoses back on. So I've got the nuts on there. I've just got to do them up with a spanner, and then we're going to put the hoses on there, or the lines, the fuel feeds, whatever you want to call them, whatever them called, you decide, and we'll call them that. But this one, if you look at this one, it's got no force against that spring, whereas that one I had to really push it up against the engine to get it to seal. So I think that one just hasn't got any spring in it. Now I don't know how much juice I've got in my battery starter, my jump pack, so I'm just hoping that it starts relatively quick, because I got the battery power to turn it over and over and over and over. Right, I'll tighten this. Right, that's all tightened on there now. Part number, yeah, whatever, that is the part number, but made in China, standard. So that's the filter there, so that comes straight from the tank through this filter. I've checked the filter is clear, and it is, and that goes onto there like that. Filter back in that little holder, and then we can put these clamps down. I've got proper hose clamp holders for these, but not with me as usual. They're at the shop. Because this doesn't run, I can't get to the shop to do it. I've got going to do a couple of videos on the Bentley Flying Spur, because it needs all new front suspension components because they're done, and it's got a vacuum leak, the dreaded vacuum leak, which I'm hoping I can do, because everybody said it's an engine out, and I ain't got the time to do that. So I'm going to try and do it engine in. Depends where the leak is. I've got a tester, smoke tester, which I did run a quick test on it, and it did look like it's coming from down the back of the engine near the firewall, which is everybody says is where you go to the engine out if it is coming from. But I have seen a few people say that it's by the steering rack. Sorry, I'm talking about a completely different job. But this is simple hose clamp type things I'm doing here, so nothing to talk about there really. So old pump out, new pump in. I did check if we've got spark. I never got that far because we ain't got no fuel. So I'm going to go and get the jumper. I'm going to put it on here. I'm going to put a bit of boost in the battery. I mean, it does say it's okay. Look, red and green, okay. It don't even say recharge, but it definitely is charging. Don't turn the car over. Let's see what we've got. Don't want this bonnet to fall down again. I might put some gas struts on it instead of this 100-year-old bar. So we've got the Temo jump starter. It's been absolutely brilliant. Just jumped my camper van 3 times this week. As usual, I bought a new battery. So let's get the keys in ready. It's the big giant key. Excuse the messing out. I will clean it at some point. But everyone knows how it is when you've got a few cars. So, oh, we've got a bit of juice. Have we got any lights coming on? Because we should have an ignition light coming on there, but it doesn't look like it's on. Easy. I have to put the phone down so I can put my hands around it while I turn it over. Right, so everything's connected now, but I'm noticing, you probably won't see it, but I'm not getting an ignition light, I'm getting an oil light. Let's see if you can see. You can't see it because the sun's on it. But I'm getting all light, but I'm getting no ignition light. So it just flies over. It's even trying. So I need to have a look what that's all about. So looking here, this is where I've been messing. We've got coil there. That's obviously the main battery line. It's all a bit messy, but where's that go? Up there, don't know what that's for. What else we got? Oh well, we've got a wire off the coil here to the distributor. Must have knocked that out. I wonder if that is the issue. Let's try it again. Battery charger on, or booster. Let's see what we've got. Have we got an ignition light? What is that? Nothing going on. We've got no indicators. Have we got indicators? No. For some reason we've got no ignition. I wonder if it's something to do with the keys or any of this down the back of here. Spaghetti. I'm gonna have a mess about it and find out what just messed about behind there, and now we've got nothing at all. I haven't turned over. So we're going to the start motor either, so it seems like it's a wiring problem. That's off. Does that make a difference? That's one of them wires is off the back there. That one. The rest of them seem to be on. Have we got anything now? Nothing. Not a bean. Nothing. Okay. More investigation. Right, the start just kicked over then. There again, it's trying to start. So it's definitely, I've been wiggling behind the keys there's a load of wires. I've been wiggling all these. And then eventually the radio come on. And now we've got it sounding like it's gonna go, which we'd got nothing before but the fuel pump in. There you go, it's running. But the exhaust is knocked off, that's the noise you can hear. But it's going. So it was the fuel pump and then a little bit of wiring issue. Right, so it's running. It's choke on. Sounds lovely. I'm going to pump the tyres up. Get these tyres pumped up because it's pretty low. I should put my air in order, I think. And then I'm going to, at some point, first I've got to do the Bentley like I say, but at some point I'm going to get this painted, get it all rubbed down, get it looking nice and get it painted.